Morning, 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 everyone. This is Trent Follow this side, and it's that time of the week. It's today we'll plan the August 17th week. We'll look at some of the zones and some of the ideas that I think can work beautifully. I'm not gonna lie, it's been tough couple of not couple, but like last week was fine. But just fine. Which is strange, but it is what it is. So this week I want to be all prepared with the plans and the reasoning behind my plan. Uh, what I want to start with is thinking about or talking about what our focus would be. So our main focus would be either targeting GBP slash Euro strength, right? So GBP and Euro strength were very good, have been very good. So that would be my target this week to capture moves within that. Let's say we get a reversal on that because that happens, right? And I think the start of the week can be that. I have my reasons on that. Reversals, I shouldn't say call it reversal, I should call it pullback. So let's say we get a pullback. Then I would also focus on CAD weakness, right? So CAD has been super weak, and I think one of these should act in that favor. And the third priority would be NZD weakness, right? So we'll try to manage along with that. Okay. So starting with the futures chart, let's start with the most important one, which is DXY, right? So DXY is kind of doing its thing. Uh, I thought it may do something like this, but the price action just didn't match my thought pattern, right? Because when you have a daily order block here, then most probably you're going down daily supply, right? So what I think is the drawn liquidity is this area, right? So it has to come down. Having said that, right now it's in a zone where I really cannot do much. What I mean by that is what you got is a down move from this daily supply. So what I want to see is up, up, and then down. Okay, and my area of interest would be this, or down and then here, right? So if we do this, then I'm looking at something like this, right? So what is interesting about this area, which I'm really, my point of interest would be that, is this follows the daily supply. So you have a wave, daily supply above it. So when it comes back, it should come down. So that would be my point of interest. The second one is here. So here I know there is a good chance of DXY strength. So if it comes there, then I will focus on USD CAD. All right. So let's go to now Euro. I think Euro is doing pretty well with respect to uh, the chart. I do think with DXY showing weakness, it wants to come here. The drawn liquidity that I think where it should come to is here, right? But it is in daily supply, right? Not the preferred one. Preferred one would be something like here, but it's the full candle. So that means if the pullback happens, the chances of it being real, I mean, the full-blown reversal is less, especially now when you also have like two green candles. If it was really weak, shouldn't it have just gone from here, right? So what is interesting to me is this move is coming from this daily demand. Right now, as I said, with DXY and Euro is inverse of DXY. I don't see a good risk to reward right now, so I would like to see something like this on Euro. On CAD, there is weakness. Again, the same idea that DXY maybe shows, let's say, some strength, but then when it comes back here, that's where my eyes would be. So that's what I want to see, like a pull, come move over here, then there, right? So my focus would be in this zone. It also matches with this weekly zone, which is perfect, right? Uh, Now let's move to GBP. GBP, I do think it is in a zone where, a pullback will happen. This is a great daily supply. which caused all this move. We took the high here, so I think it should come down here. Now, what is good about this is there is a weekly zone here, right? So there is a daily zone and then there is a weekly zone. Now you have more combination. So I do think this area can hold, eh, or this area can hold. Why are there two zones? Because sometimes it's zone on zone, right? So I think this is one zone. This is another one where you can call it fair value gap, or I can call it a medium quality demand. But I do think this whole move happened from this demand. So ideally, if it comes here, then it's definitely gonna go up. Uh, Most probably gonna go up, right? So there's a lot of confidence in this region. So basically, what I'm saying is keep an eye out for this one, right? Keep an eye for this one and keep an eye within this one, depending on how strong the pullback is. What would be good is if it can come down to this region because this matches with this breaker, right? So this has a lot of permutation combination, right? I would not totally say that it will just do that. It is possible that it just bounces from here because there's a lot of confluence here also. So we'll have to look at other charts in real time to say if it's gonna happen or not. So that is GBP. I forgot to add NZD. Let me add NZD. So with NZD, yeah, with NZD, you see what is happening, right? So this is going from a weekly sub block, right? Uh, it didn't, it took, oh, where is this? Yeah, so it took the weekly supply, went down. So this is awesome, right? So now it got this huge rejection. So what I do think is whenever such huge rejections happen, I would like it to come back to the area of rejection and then go down. This would match. Imagine this is happening and DXY comes in that region. That would be great, right? So in terms of zone, what is really good here is you have this zone and you have this zone, which is a big one, but we will narrow it down and you have this weekly area, right? So I do think NZD coming back here would be awesome, right? That's what I would target on, right? This would be my point of interest. I think most probably we are doing this. Uh, Now it is possible, keep in mind, if USD really shows weakness. When I say it, most probably it's doing this, that also means I want DXY to come here, right? I'm not saying most probably just by itself on NZD. I'm saying if DXY comes there and NZD comes here, then it's definitely gonna do that. Otherwise, the other thought process is maybe by the time DXY comes in that region, NZD comes here somewhere, right? So then I will focus on this zone. So I want for any currency to show weakness, true weakness, I want DXY to come here. For any currency to show true strength, I want DXY to come here. I hope that makes sense. I do think initial start of the week DXY can show strength. Uh, all right, so from here, let's go to the trade ideas. So first focus, as I said, we'll focus on CAD weakness and Euro and GBP strength. So in this, there are multiple point of interest because the chart is like that, right? So depending on how the market opens and how the price action is. So one is, okay, if you want to scalp, it can definitely just bounce from here. Ideally, it comes back down here and bounces a little bit. I would particularly not target that because it's the risk to reward would not be for me. So I will either target this area, right? So I think something like this, or target this area, right? So there is a point that it can happen. I think this is the highest probability. This is medium, and this I will not target it. It's just a good demand area. There is a lot of permutation, combination, confluence here. For me to target this, I want price action to go further up, right? And then make sure so that my risk to reward is there, right? Now, next is Euro NZD. With the Euro NZD, again, there is weekly demand. What I really don't like is such a big vacuum. I really don't like that. I typically try to avoid those names, but let's say some nice combinations happen. I really love this. Individually, this is a good, if I don't look at this part, this is a good zone because it is covered by weekly, right? Covered by weekly and really clean daily demand. So I think something like this and this can happen. I really, really doubt it if it's really weak to break this low, but I really doubt breaking this low if I just look at this price action. Sometimes when there are long wicks like that, I really don't feel comfortable. I would rather try to see if there is SMT with GBPNZD or SMT with Euro odd. I would like to see that. So SMT means, let's say, Euro odd made a lower low somewhere in its chart, but this one didn't, then it's fine. Then I can take this, right? So I will have to combine it, otherwise this becomes medium probability. But if SMT happens, then it's high probability. So next would be GBP CAD. Before GBP CAD, yeah, so GBP CAD again, awesome Monsoon chart. Not sure if it will happen, but that's where my eye would be. So obviously one is maybe it just bounces from here. I will keep this line here, but I will not trade this. I would instead focus on EURCAD, but EURCAD needs to be here for me to take GBP CAD. Otherwise, the most obvious choice here is this daily demand. I think this is such a beautiful daily demand with Canada CPI. Maybe it comes down to there. It has acted in the past also like a good demand. Now I feel it makes sense to trade this. So I feel this is a very clean structure, very, very clean structure. My only point of view is, will it do it or not? I particularly do think it should. I do think there is a possibility because Canada CPI and GBP names, if you see outside this video, focus on just GBP names, you will see many of them are in supply. So there is a possibility, right? So the only way I would trade this name here, and this is the same as EURCAD, it does this, breaks this high, then it comes here, then I will trade it, right? So that's where my focus would be on. These would be my first priority, right? So on CAD-CHF, let's go on CAD-CHF, the same logic, right? So which there is a demand here, weekly demand. So it can do something like this. What I really love about this, I'm not sure, I think I posted it on Twitter, but the supply here is very clean. I think it should go down from there, right? So that's what my target would be. I would like to see CAD-CHF doing something like this or something like this, right? I do think there is a possibility why I like CAD-CHF because CHF has been strong this month, not as weak as like JPY has been more weak, but CHF can show its colors, and this doesn't seem to me like a good bottom. So I think what can happen is something like this, right? Um, Next is EURJPY. Again, JPY is something which has, I did say in the previous videos, I don't feel safe here. I feel it can go down. Now the story has changed a little bit, right? So here my focus would be if it comes back to this weekly zone or so I took this for a scalp, right? So I want to see on JPY what's the price action. I would like to target JPY if it can come back here, and then I think it can break this. This doesn't seem like a good high to me. So I think ideally what I want to see is it coming down here and then we take this. So that would be EURJPY. Now, the next I have just kept for myself in terms of seeing I have to analyze these charts, but priority wise, I do think EuroCAD, EURNZD, GBPCAD should be your first priority. If you are if you're trading futures, then obviously whatever we discussed in the futures chart, right? That would be your second. I would again say this, that please try to focus on CAD weakness. And obviously the week can start and let's say I'm saying CAD weakness and CAD shows a lot of strength and reverses and all. But there is still an option, right? So try to focus on CAD weakness, GBP strength, NZD weakness. GBP strength, Euro strength, right? NZD weakness and CAD weakness. So I will try to stay within these charts because these would be the higher probability combinations for me, and would post on Twitter regarding whatever I see, right? I hope that helps, guys. Let's do it this week. Back to these videos. I took a break, wasn't feeling well, but back to these. And I think I'm all pumped with the thought process of making money, helping you guys, helping myself. I hope you have a great week. Stay safe out there. All the best, guys.